started my footy career at YMCA, and I played under 13s, under 15s, and started first year of under 18s, but they didn't go any further. So because my family had had a tradition over at Geelong West, I headed across here, and that was in 1970, and played with the under 19s. And I was lucky enough in 72 to be part of a championship side with the under 19s, and also lucky enough to be full forward and kicked 137 goals, which is pretty nice. One of the really good things from that starting point was to have some lifetime friendships and people who I met at that stage. We still meet today. Every year we have a reunion, and after 40 odd years, I think that's quite an indication of the strength of the relationships that we had at that time. After the under 19s, I moved into the seconds and the firsts, and played 90 odd games there over the next decade. I think people probably saw me play in just about every position on the ground. I'm not quite sure why, but I seem to thrive on the challenge of playing somewhere different. I think the only positions that I never played in my career at West were ruck or full back. I think I played in just about every other position, whether it be for a game or two or whether it be for a season. So I was lucky, and I enjoyed that challenge and that change. Yeah, when I was in the under 19s, I'd got to the point where I kicked 93 goals at that point in the season, and my mum that morning said, we're playing Northcote up in Melbourne, and it was a pretty crappy day, and Mum said, I don't think I'll go up today. I don't think you're going to kick very many goals because of the weather and the ground, blah, blah, blah. So I said, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it either. And we went up there, and I kicked 16-4 for the day. Bob Corrigan, who was the secretary at the time, grabbed the game ball for me, and kick 100 goals was pretty good, I thought, at that time, and went home and showed Mum the ball and everything. She went absolutely bananas because she hadn't been there when I'd kicked the goals. So everything went well that day. I guess my association with the club has been very long term. My family first started here in 1939. I had an uncle play with the under 18s at that point in time, and throughout the rest of history of the club, I've had some relation here playing. I played here, and recently my son played here, so hopefully his son, who's turning out to be a budding footballer, may get down here one day and play as well, which would be terrific. So we've had 70 years of history at this football club, which is a pretty good achievement, I would think. The best thing I think about being at the club during the years that we were successful is that we had a lot of players who came and went. We had a lot of players from Geelong who came down to try themselves out. We had a lot of district players who came to try themselves out. Because we were relatively successful at that time, everybody wanted to try themselves out against the best, and it was really good. We really enjoyed some of the players that came to the club. You've got Tony Gilmore. We had Rex Deeth here, Jan Smith, Joe Radojevic, who was absolutely brilliant full forward. I've never to this day seen anybody kick like him, as accurate as him. John Barry, Jamie Gillies, all those sorts of guys were really good. Barry Eddy, some were from Geelong, and some were inherently from the club. From here, and they were terrific guys to be with, and they weren't not just playing but also as friends, and friendships develop with all of the players, and I think that's a pretty good sign of a good club, is that you have a really good environment amongst all the players and the wives and things like that, and happy wives, happy lives, happy club. 79 was probably the biggest disappointment of my career. It was a game, the grand final was a game in which we should have won. We did everything but win, and to this day it still sticks in my gullet as a game that we let slip and should never have let it go. The Coaches I had over my career, obviously was under 19s. We had John Woods, who was a terrific guy to get along with, and I think he was great for underage footballers at that point in time. Once again, we still see him on a yearly basis and keep in touch. It's really good. I then had Ian Bryant, and that was an experience because once again Ian Bryant was a league footballer from Footscray, and certainly his ability to communicate was really good. I thought he was pretty direct to the point. There's no mincing words with him, and that was all good for us. Bill Goggin was obviously the best coach I ever had. I have a lot of time for Bill and the way in which he thought things through and did things. And I guess my career wouldn't have got to where it did without certainly a lot of assistance from him. And my final coach here was Stuart Lord, and I finished up with work commitments and things like that. Then kind of forced me to shift commitments, forced me out of the VFA at that point in time. I guess the example I give of the brutality of the sport was in the under-19s when I played there. Port Melbourne and Geelong West seemed to have a chip on each other's shoulder, and they were always very, very willing games, to the extent that we normally had to have police at the grounds to supervise the games when we played. I think we made headlines a number of times with all-in brawls and things like that, something that you wouldn't necessarily countenance today, obviously, but at that point in time in society and everything else, that was life. You know, you go out in the field, you'd have a blue, and at the end of the game, you'd shake hands, and that was it. It was over and done with till the next time. Sometimes we might win, sometimes we might lose, but we always knew we were in a game. The same could be said with Coburg, Dandenong, and Caulfield. I think from an under-19s into senior ranks, they were the four clubs that we really had a derby with, I guess. Teams we love to hate.
You've given your heart to get here and your soul to get it right. You can take 'em boots and all, but it's sure gonna take a fight. When you spend all week getting to your peak, you're gonna have your say. You bet. On Sunday, it's the VFA. It's Sunday, you're gonna make your play.